Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another great episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the Monarch of Mardi Gras, the Baroness of Bourbon Street. When she is not co-hosting Ringside Society, she's on crazy misadventures such as messing up people's dinners, fighting people while dressed up as a member of the Road Warriors, and going back to 1885 to find freshly churned butter. Louisiana's own Kathy Knights. In the second corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. He is the travel dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And in the last corner, we have got ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana, now they love him in Japan. No cap, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guest tonight is a man who is making magic in the great state of Texas. That's right. If you are a women's wrestling fan, you will want to thank this man. You will want to praise this man. Heck, if you see this man in your town, you'll want to buy him a shot. You'll want to buy him a beer. You'll want to buy him a vodka tonic if he drinks, or a whiskey sour. But whatever you do, but if you can't do that, you got to thank this man. Everybody, welcome to the show, Renegade Wrestling Revolution owner, Scott Bruce. Scott, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just heading home right now, doing Mother's Day stuff, you know?
Awesome, awesome. By the way, to those of y'all listening, those of y'all that are mothers, happy Mother's Day to y'all. If you're actually watching this show, we really and truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Scott, I gotta say, man, Kathy was like, Remy, we gotta have Scott on the show. We gotta have, people from RWR on the show. Kathy lives right across from Texas over there in good old Louisiana. And she was like twisting my arm like, Remy, you gotta make this happen. I'm like, okay. All right, we have next Sunday available, for Jacob. And then she was like, awesome, I'll tell him right now. And then all of a sudden, she showed me a DM that you had where you said you would come on our show, and she twisted my arm again. I don't know how many more arm twistings I could take from Kathy, but I was like, okay, Kathy, we'll have him on next Sunday. Just stop twisting my arm. So thank you very much, and thank you for saving my arm from further damage from Kathy. We really and truly do appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Yeah, I don't do a lot of interviews and things like that. That's just not me. I like to let the workers speak for themselves and the product. I'm nothing special, man. I'm just a guy that believes in the product that I'm doing, and I believe in the talent that we have there. And I'm a highly big supporter of women's wrestling, and supporter of the future, man, because that's truly is the what will carry on in the business of wrestling as the future. People are always stepping down and people are always stepping up, so it's always about the future. And that's one thing that I truly believe in. And, I have a good team behind me. Like Jacobs calls me the chairman of it. There's actually another chairman, and that's also my other partner, who's not here with us. But, we're a group, but I'm the one that tries to get out there the most.
Awesome. And even though you may not think, we know that you're a humble man. We know that even though you're being modest right now, we here at Ringside Society, we actually like to talk to the owners, the promoters, because we figured, hey, if we would talk to Vince McMahon, if we would talk to Scott D'Amore from Impact Wrestling, Kerry Silkin from Ring of Honor, or Tony Khan from AEW, not saying that they would ever be on the show, but hey, one can dream. Why not talk to a Scott Bruce from RWR? Why not talk to a Jeremiah Wilkerson from Mission Pro Wrestling, or a Jeremy Gomez from GCW? Y'all are definitely important, even though it's not about y'all. Y'all are the ones that are making it happen and giving us wrestling fans a place to go to on a Saturday night, a Friday night, or a Sunday night. So you definitely are important, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. I appreciate those words very much. Thank you.
So we're gonna take a bit of a time traveling trip. No, Kathy, we're not going back to 1885. Stop it. But I just gotta ask you, man. I ask everybody this: what was the wrestling event or match that made you become a fan of pro wrestling?
What got me into pro wrestling? Like Jacob said last week, I've been around it my whole life. Um, I came up around the business. I had a family that did it in Mexico, and so it got me involved in it, and it got me to love it. And my grandmother being a Psycho fan, that was the other part of it, just seeing her go crazy with it. But you know, um, you talk about a match that captivated me. Hmm, man, there's a couple. I think like some of the matches I remember, man, it's like AAA matches. I remember seeing like Octagon and Latin Lover, La Parca, guys like that. I remember, I think it was all them in like a 6-man tag that really caught my attention into what lucha was. And then what got my attention into American wrestling, which like WWF and all that, it was man, I know it was Saturday night's main event. I was real little. I remember I saw Hogan and I forget who else. I want to say it was like Paul Orndorff or something, or Mr. Perfect, one of those that started catching me, and then seeing like the Ultimate Warrior, things like that. So I mean, that's kind of what really caught me into being a fan at a young age, and being able to go to the shows in Mexico with my grandmother and going to like the Sam Houston Coliseum the final year that it was around. So there's a lot of what has my attention in it, what I loved, So uh, it really just wasn't one sole event or like one match that really caught me. It was just a lot of different aspects of it.
Yeah, those AAA events I enjoyed. I mean, I got into AAA later on in life. I mean, I first knew about it when I was like 11 years old, but I got into them a bit later on. I mean, way later. I'm talking like 5 years ago. And I was introduced to a lot of people like, Daga, Insane. What was it? Psycho Clown, Murder Clown, and I forgot what the other clown. I know there's three of them, and those guys are
Uh,
no joke.
Monster Clown.
Monster Clown. Oh geez, I saw with a Psycho Clown over here in he was in a match with Sam Adonis for what was it? Rob, Kathy, who was the guy? Oh man, Kyle's gonna kill me. Oh, Pale Pro Wrestling,
Yeah.
and I saw him in a match with Sam Adonis, and I'm like, this man Sam does not know what he's getting into. He does not know what the fight he is in for. And Sam, even though Sam was victorious, he had some serious wounds of battle, and I was like, yeah, I bet he ain't gonna do that again. Um,
Yeah, man. Psycho Clown, I know him. He's actually like one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Super down to earth, real sweet. Cool dude, but man, once he gets into that ring, man, that niceness is gone and he's gonna put on a show and he's gonna give it to you. He's gonna give you everything he's got, and if you ain't ready, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, I've been kind of distant from AAA, but they have a lot of great talent down there. I got to see people like Australian Suicide, Jack Evans, and Angelico were doing their thing down there. So yeah, that was AAA is definitely a great promotion.
Yeah.
So now that you're a wrestling fan, you became a wrestling fan, and you're cheering your favorites, and you're booing the bad guys or whatnot. Um, did you ever think about becoming a pro wrestler yourself?
I was.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, for a little bit. I was around like Abel Andrew Jackson when Booker T first started the Pro Wrestling Academy when it was downtown, helping him get it ready and stuff like that, and learning everything, the aspects of it. And then I got around High Roller Hayes, Noah Hendrickson, and started going up and down with him. And that's kind of where I got a lot of what went into it. And I learned a lot of the business from him. Man, he really he taught me a lot. He used to work for what's called XWO, and that's where I learned a lot of promoting was from him and seeing him do it. And then seeing other promotions as well, how they ran things, and it just started to become, you know, I always thought, I wish I could do things, something like this to be better. If you could do this like that. So more of the aspect of me was, it was fun. I enjoyed it. Don't do it no more. But what really got me was more of the promoting aspect of it, and I never thought I'd be a promoter. I have, go to the history of RWR. I actually tried previously twice, and I failed. And third time was a charm with RWR, and so it was it's always a learning experience. You know, um, I know how to do it. I know how to do my stuff. So it's one of those things I think too is never say never. Will I do something else to come to do another match? Maybe, you know, but I don't know. I kind of like the promoting aspect of it in a way, but you never know what might happen.
Yeah, never say never. But Kathy, if Scott actually makes a in-ring appearance, you better make sure you get all that on video or pictures or something.
Oh, please don't. I'd have to get all back into shape and stuff like that. That takes a long time.
I gotta say, Scott, you're better than me because I mean I'm 38. I just turned 38. This past Friday, and I don't think at this age I don't think I could do it. Like like one guy from manufacturers tell me, nah, come through, man. They got guys your age that do. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man.
Well,
I'll just
it's a big blessing because I have a lot of areas that I can go to. The place that I go to a lot right now when I get around a lot of the guys is Houston Premier Arena, which has become one of the big areas in Houston for events to be ran. Um, and that's owned by Jerry Heacock, which is and Michael Pinkert. Which, oh, forgive me, both of those guys are very professional with their building. They take care of it. It's maintained, and a lot they open up to go if I want to go there and work out and train. I can. Um, and it's it's fun. I'll go up there on occasion when certain guys are up there, and I'll get in there with them, and get a few of the rolls in, and then just realize why am I doing this again? And realize when my neck and back are hurting for about 3 days after that.
cool. I tell you, the way the Texas scene is actually like raising up in wrestling, I'm tempted to book a flight to Houston. I'm gonna do it one of these days. I've been to Houston before. I've only been there for like one day though. But I definitely tend to do like a weekend there one of these days. Hopefully I catch a show and so on. Um, so in terms of promoting, what was your like who was your inspiration for becoming a promoter, if
Um,
any?
People that I'd seen around it, guys like Bob Murphy, who's still running his promotion, Texas All Star Wrestling. Going to shows that was a Hurricane Pros at that time. I think it was called Gulf Coast. Curtis Stratton, um, Booker especially was a big one that I would watch, and Booker gave me a lot of advice when I tried and failed, and like he told me, he goes, "It's not failing, it's learning," and it was 100% true. And seeing other guys run it, like lucha promotions like Juan Recio, Joe Forster, um, just a lot of them that I would see, and so I wanted to dabble in it. I wanted to try. I wanted to put something together, and like I said, I tried twice. I tried an American lucha combination style, and it failed. And I tried again with just a lucha one. It failed, and I said I would never do it again. And it just it was the greatest accident to ever happen with RWR. It truly was. And I always say that I'm blessed that I have the people I had in my corner when we did it and we came together. And I'm truly a blessed man for that. Because it's some of the best people around that I have with me that guide me, and some of the greatest friends, and I named them all already. There's other ones too. I mean, Thunder Rosa and Brian have had my back on this as well. And have helped me out. Kiefer Bartek with New Texas. If I ever need anything, I mean, Kiefer's the guy that was telling me, "Hey, man, look, if you need any help, throw the promoter name out the window. Just go friend to friend. I won't go to my own show. I'll have someone else run it, and I'll go there and help you." So, uh, I've learned from trial and error, and I am a very giving promoter with people. People ask for help. Workers that have been with us for a while, talent, we help them out. Other promotions that ask for something, if they need something, if I can do it, you're damn right I'll be there. I'm not against setting up for a show with another promotion, helping put out chairs, helping set up a ring, helping tear down. If they need me to throw on a referee shirt, man, I'll throw it on and help them out. I'm not against any of it because they've all helped me and guided me. So, they've all kept me very humble as well, and that's why I tell talent all the time, I hate being told thank you, because I don't need the thank you. I don't deserve to be told thank you. The talent needs to be told thank you because they're the ones in the ring giving what they have for us to be entertained, so that, fans can come out and be like, yeah, we just saw a great show. We're excited. And, for me to get the word thank you, I hate it with a passion, because it's not for me to be told thank you. It's for me to tell them thank you, and to make sure that they're happy. And like Jacob said last week, we make sure our talent's covered. We make sure they're paid, and we actually take care of them way beforehand. If it's possible, we'll pay them a week before the event, so they already got money in their accounts. So, I've learned, and I'm still learning, but I have a lot of great people behind me, and they got my back. So I'm very fortunate with that.
Awesome. That's cool. Um, so RWR, from what I've seen, it's a very stacked card. I know Kathy, she is excited because she hasn't been to a show in like almost a year. Yeah, May 22nd, I'll be going to RWR. She put it in all exclamation marks in our group chat, and I'm like, awesome. Me and Rob were like, yeah, get it, Kathy. You're gonna do there. You're going, go enjoy yourself and take lots of pictures and so on. I know that this pandemic, it kind of messed up a lot of people. People had plans, not just in the wrestling industry, but all over, and just threw people off and so on. So I know Kathy's very happy to be going back to wrestling shows, especially in Texas. So my next question that I have, in terms of being a promoter, what advice would you give somebody looking to become a promoter in professional wrestling?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Make sure your heart's in good condition. Make sure you like stress. No. Truthfully, be prepared to lose. You're gonna lose your first year, second year. You're gonna lose. If you come out winning, you're very fortunate. Um, this gives a lot. You give a lot more than you get back. Um, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta really have that love for it, because if you don't have the love for it, then don't even get involved with it, because this is a labor of love, 100%. You have to love every second of it.
Wow, that's good advice. Thank you for being honest, because I'm sure some people are like, yeah, sure, go do it, man. There's money to be made and whatnot. And somebody goes in and they're like, I
And
can
I
even break even. So
yeah, you'll make a lot of money. No, you won't. You won't. You gotta love it. You gotta know what it is. You gotta do it for the talent. I don't look at this to make money. I look at this to give the fans a good show. I look at this as a worker standpoint. I want to give the workers a little bit more of another place to come and get a little bit more pocket change, a little bit more money in their pocket. I'm not looking at it as, oh man, I'm going to give them a millionaire today. Yeah, I want to be up there with some of the big ones. And if I look at it like that, I'm lying to myself and I'm lying to everybody. That's not what I see myself as. I see myself as trying to be very upfront, respectable, and honest with people. And that's what I try to do. And I try to do the best I can. And thankfully, I have a good reputation. I hope I do, with a lot of workers, and especially a lot of female talent that have seen how I'll defend them to the very end. Down here, if anyone disrespects a female talent, you do anything wrong to any of my girls that I have on RWR, um, I won't use you ever again on my shows. I won't. I will not book you. I will not have you there. You will not be welcome back. And I'm very, very strict with that.
That's a very good way to go. I'd probably be the same way too. Knowing me, I'm very old school, so I don't believe in disrespecting females. So if somebody were like do something to a female, unless she's threatening that person's life, like that person's life is in danger, she's like obviously coming at him with some kind of life threatening like weapon of defend yourself. But if somebody anything other than that, like I don't play that. Like I'm the guy that'll step in and be like, look, you're not gonna do this here. Not happening with her. Nope, not happening. And I've always almost gotten into like situations like that before. Yeah, especially after speaking out, we definitely can't have that either. That was a very to me that was a very I mean I know I'm just a fan. I'm just like a blip in the spectrum of wrestling, but when I saw that whole speaking out thing, I was very like, I was very like embarrassed. I felt sad for the people that were involved, that for the victims, and I felt anger too. And like, I really wanted to like some of these guys, and y'all out there, y'all could say, "Oh, Remy, you and your feelings," but I have sisters, I have female cousins I care about, I have aunts, I have a mother. So when I saw things like that, I'm thinking that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's sister, daughter. And I'm like, I wanted to legitimately throw hands. I mean, I probably would have got my ass whooped. I would have gone out swinging anyways, but I legitimately wanted to throw hands with these people. So
Yeah,
that's a
I understand you completely, man. I have a daughter, and that's why I try to be I try to be respectful, and I am, and I try to be polite. And one of the people who came out and speak out was one of my very, very, very good friends, one of my best friends actually. And oh man, I was not a very happy person. And then I hear other ones about people that I'm close to, and I'm just like, if certain people come back to Texas, it's not going to be a very good outcome for them. It really is not.
well, I could imagine Texas don't play. Texas and I tell people Texas and Florida are America's two children that she cannot control. They will do their own thing, and there is nothing they can do about it. So there's certain people in Florida too. I used to live in South Florida that if they show up at certain promotions, they are gonna get a mud hole stomped in them. They got people waiting for them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
So RWR, you guys have a great promotion. I know Kathy's gonna ask you more about the card. You guys have people like Red Velvet, Sunny Kiss, Shauna Reed, a lot of impressive talents on y'all show on May 22nd. But my next question I have, I just got two more before I turn it over to Rob, is who would you like to have in RWR in the near future? Like top five.
Man, that's a long list. Huh. Well, if you would have asked me this about 2 weeks ago, I would have had a different top five because three of those top five are already in talking about coming in. One is coming in, and the other two I'm talking to right now to get prices for them and ideas of what we're gonna do. Um, oh man, B Priestley. I love watching B Priestley. Um, Lady
Nice.
Shiny from Mexico for sure. She's one of the top workers down there, and just great at what she does. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Lady Frost is one too. I'm very interested in Lady Frost. Heather Monroe. I'm trying to get her, but always have a little scheduling thing that comes up. And I don't know. I don't know another one. I'm literally like drawing a blank on it. I'll know it when I get done here. I'll have a top 20, and now it's like I can't think of it now.
I know there's a lot of great talents out there. Heather Monroe, she would definitely be a plus. It's to me, it's only a matter of time until she gets signed out there. She is killing it, and I'm familiar with her from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and because I watch like a bunch of like promotions, like when I get a chance, and I've seen her work, and she is definitely one to watch out for in terms of professional wrestling and so on. It wouldn't surprise me if either I see a headline saying WB signs, independent female independent talent, and it's you know Heather Monroe in a property of WB Performance Center shirt, or you see that one banner that says Heather Monroe is all elite.
Yeah,
She would be
it's a
a big
matter of
plus
time.
anywhere.
It's a matter of time. And like I've said with a lot of the girls that we have now that are coming out in this time in this day and age, the question isn't if, it's when. When are they going to get picked up? It's not if, it's when. Because it's great talent right now that's coming. Even, male or female. It's incredible talent.
It definitely is, and I have to say, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm not a just a fan of women's wrestling. I'm a fan of all wrestling, but I've been a huge advocate of letting the women do their thing. Don't put them in that category of being eye candy. If a female wrestler wants to be eye candy, let her be eye candy. If a female wrestler wants to be a hardcore wrestler, like I don't know if you ever heard of this woman, Mickey Knuckles. You probably have. Obviously, you have. I mean, she was a huge hardcore wrestler. If somebody just wants to be if a female wants to be a technical wrestler, let them do them. Don't try to make them something that they are not, and so on. And that's why I'm probably gonna get canceled for this. I'm probably gonna have somebody be like, Remy, I don't like what you said. You got to get these hands. I was never a fan of the Divas era because it just seemed like Vince just looked at a model and was like, "Hey, you're beautiful. You could be my champion." You know,
I
and
wasn't either. I wasn't either, man. I agree with you 100% on that. I really wasn't either because you weren't letting these girls really give what they got. And when you finally got to see it, I think it was what Lita and Trish Stratus were the first two that really gave everything and showed, hey, we're more than just a pretty face and TNA. We can actually work. And you got to see that given the opportunity that these women could go out there and tear it up, tear down the house. And they were they showed it, and then you get to see it very little again, and then okay, we're gonna go back to this. Okay, let's see what you really got. Do it again. I hate that concept because that doesn't work. The concept that I have with RWR, that my partners have with RWR, that we all have with RWR, is it's your match. Do your thing. I'm not going to tell you what I want you to do because that's not me in the ring. You got to do you. If I have to tell you what you're going to do, then it's not going to be enjoyable for the fans or me. I want to be surprised. I want to be, oh heck yeah, that was awesome. I don't want to be there. Okay, they're going to do this. Okay, that. Okay, oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to do that. I enjoy when I get surprised. I enjoy when I can pop. When I get that fan pop in me, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that again. I hear the fans going, holy shit, or this is awesome, or fight forever. I want to get drawn into that. And man, it happens. There's times that it happens and I get drawn into it. And it's an amazing feeling for me as a promoter, that you get drawn back in as a fan.
definitely is. I've been saying I was glad when they had the WWE Women's Tag Team when they brought those back. And I was like, yes, there's more depth in the women's division. Now they don't just have to fight for one title, they can fight for tag team titles and so on. And hopefully, I'm waiting for the North American promotion because they have these titles in Stardom. I forgot. I think it's called the Artists of Stardom. But there's a 6 women's tag team title, and I'm hoping that hopefully, somewhere somebody decides to have a 6 women's tag team title as well. That'd be a very interesting concept
Don't
as well
tempt me,
too.
bro, because I don't pay for belts. I make them.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. Hey, I wouldn't mind seeing that in RWR. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing that.
It would be something that I'd have to consider, man. It'd be kind of tough to pull that off, but I've thought about it before, you know.
Yeah.
More of an
So my last question.
actually.
I beg your pardon?
I've thought of it more as an intergender.
Okay. Cool. So my last question before I turn it over to Kathy. So I know Kathy's chomping at the bit, to talk to you about, the card on May 22nd that she's going to be going to and whatnot. In terms of promoting and RWR, where do y'all see yourselves in 5 years? Do you see yourselves like going like to more cities in Texas? If not, or do y'all see yourselves like going like more like out of state, like to like maybe Louisiana, which is right next door, maybe to California, maybe to other states? What do y'all see yourselves in 5 years?
Yeah, I can see us doing other cities, other states. That's already in the process for this year. And it will be a Northeast event, actually. It won't be anything here. The problem with going out of state a lot of times is that you have to have promoters' licenses. You have to have a lot of other things. And the thing is, those are a pain in the ass to get. And I mean, I'll get it. We'll get them and we'll have everything set up. But right now, there's already discussions about taking it somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
And
All
I just
right.
I just got a private
Well, if
message from one of my boys right now. We're looking. It would be kind of a co-branded event. We're looking at going to New Jersey this year.
awesome, awesome. So hopefully, hopefully you make it to y'all might hopefully one day may consider Louisiana and yeah, Kathy will definitely jump for joy and whatnot. She'll be like, you're in my town and whatnot. She's a very dedicated fan. I don't know if you know, but she actually travels like I think it's 5 or 6 hours to Houston to go see reality wrestling. So yeah, a very dedicated fan, like when it comes to like wrestling and so on, especially in the Louisiana, Texas area. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and turn it over to her. 'Cause I know she has her own questions. Kathy, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Oh boy, now I'm scared.
I met you before, Scott. I don't bite.
She's been waiting for this. She's been waiting for this. All right, you got me. You finally got me. What's up?
First of all, thank you, Scott, so much for coming on the show. Greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So my first question is RWR now stands for Renegade Wrestling Revolution. It used to stand for Renegade Wrestling Radio. It started as a podcast, correct?
Yeah.
So how did that podcast come about?
Okay, well, I was the last one to join the podcast. So the way it came about was actually it was called something else. It's called Heel Fans of Wrestling. Or no, the Heel Fans. And it started out like that between a few other people. And then Javi Martinez branched out of it, and it was him, Jimmy Nova, Matt Classic, James Moore, and then it was mainly those three. And then out of nowhere, I met them at a show, and I was a manager at the time. I meet them at a show, and then I wind up going and doing an interview with them, and I just kept coming back. I never stopped going.
Awesome.
I had too much fun.
So then how did that go from a podcast to an actual wrestling organization?
A complete fucking utter accident.
Wow, we like these accidents. Those are the good accidents.
Yeah, if you say so. I mean, it actually happened. We were with another promoter helping him out, and we wound up taking over the show. We had to run it. We had to pay the talent. We had to do everything. And so we were like, you know what? We're not doing this ever again. And they had EC3 to come into a show that I actually had helped them get EC3. And then everything just went downhill. So the show got canceled, and well, EC3 still had a deposit. EC3 still needed a date. He was still wanting to come in for us. So we all sat there and we're like, okay, so we got this dude booked. What do we do? And Tiny, who we called him Matt Classic at the time, but we called him Tiny. He was like, well, let's think about it. So I mean, you literally come up and have this idea, and I give it to Jaime Martinez on it, 100%. He shot the idea of, well, let's run a show, and it's like, no, let's not do that. It's gonna be too much hell. We already know it. And finally, it was like, you know what? Before that night even in, we're like, yeah, let's do the show. Screw it, we're gonna do it. And we're like, we're gonna do a buddy show. We're gonna get all of our friends and wear RWR shirts for the podcast. We're gonna bring them all in. It's gonna be something we're gonna do as a one-time thing. One time. I'm saying this right now. It was a one-time thing. Nothing else. So we book the talent. We get a wrestling ring. We have no venue. We get the venue on the north side of Houston that's known for lucha events that we'd all have been to. And it is in the worst side of Houston. It's in a bad side of town. You're hearing gunshots. You see prostitutes. You're seeing all this bad stuff. But yet, we sold out the show. We filled it up. We had EC3 on the card. People said we weren't going to get EC3. We had EC3. People said we wouldn't last. We wanted one show. That was it. I know most of us wanted one show. And Tiny was like, well, hey, let's do one more. We still got a deposit on somebody else. Let's get that person in here. Oh, okay, why not? Here, that comes that show. And then it reminds us, hey, remember, we gave Ray Rowe a deposit. We got to get one more show in and it will be done. All right, well, here comes Ray Rowe. And then it's, hey, guys, let's crown a champion. It's like, damn it, bro, this is cool. And I can remember I talked to Jimmy Nova all the time, and he goes, I knew we were doing a show because Tiny looked at me and go, hey, bro, how much money you got? And next thing I knew, I'm getting called, hey, we're running a show this day. Oh, Jesus, why? I thought we were done already. And we just kept going and going and growing from there. And now here we are 6 years later, and I'm still like, is it that last show yet?
No, you still have to keep going. You at least have shows until August of this year. I know that much.
No, we actually have shows until I think November.
Wow. Okay. So then, now that you're, full-fledged promotion, how did Renegade Wrestling get its name? Renegade Wrestling Revolution.
Dibble dabbling with the logo. We didn't want to change the logo name. We wanted to keep the letters RWR, and we were throwing out different names. The name Revolution was thrown out. No one really batted an eyelash at it the first time, and then Tiny, he was like, Revolution sounds like the perfect name. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a revolution. We're going to start a revolution. And that was how it happened. And we called it Renegade Wrestling Revolution. And the name stuck. The logo was literally made after the show. I mean, we had a completely different logo. I mean, we were not prepared for it. And at the second show, we were more prepared for what was coming. But that was the beautiful thing of the beginning. It was such an accident, all of it, and for it to grow to where it is now. I always say, like I said, I had the best friends ever, and Jaime Martinez, who now is running Loco, he was a huge part of it. Tiny, who is now one of my guardian angels with this. Man, if it wasn't for him, honestly, it would have been gone a long time ago, And RWR almost closed when he passed away. We almost shut it down. Rise the Vixens would not have happened if I would have had my way originally. I didn't want to keep going. I lost my best friend. I lost my brother, and I didn't want to do it. But enough of his love for it and everything. His brother we had said we're going to do one more, and it was going to be a memorial show, one last show, send everybody home happy, call it over, and that's it. And that night was so special. We felt his presence there. We felt him smile. We felt him happy. That we're like, well, all right. Even up there, he's still saying it. Hey, Jeff, Scott, how much money y'all got? Y'all want to do another one? I guess let's do another one. And that's where it came about, you know. So, you know, it meant the world to me, you know. And I've said a few times that I've felt his presence at a couple of shows. I felt his presence the night that we had his memorial show. I felt his presence at Rise of the Vixens, and I felt his presence at Reloaded. So I know he's always with me. I know he's always guiding me, and so that truly means the world to me, that I have a guardian angel that will just pop up and be here when I need him, you know.
Yeah, it's always good to have friends, even, you know, in life and in death. You know, they look out for you too. I believe that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're always there. Even sometimes when you don't want them there, they're still there.
Yeah, you're telling me.
He like pulls your toes or something at night, maybe.
No, I just remember we were first talking about doing an all ladies event. He was one of the ones that wasn't big on women's wrestling, and I was very supportive of it, and that I wanted to do it. No, we're not doing it. Okay. So everyone had the joke of saying, because his mom had a dream that he was mad at somebody, he was beating him up, and the joke was, oh yeah, he's just beating up Scott because he convinced him to do an all ladies show.
Well, I'm glad that you do all women's wrestling shows, which RWRs does have men and women, just to be clear. It's not all women, but I am thankful that you do all women shows, because, you know, hats off to you for that. Because I started, so my background in like watching Texas wrestling and stuff like that, I started watching in 2019 with ROW. They had Mama Knight as a caller. They had Saraya Knight was on their card. So then I saw all these people because of her, like Rachel Rose was there, High On, Roxy, Jenna Lynn, got to know all of them through that first show in 2019 that I saw. So then I followed their career, like went to a few more shows, and then in last year, February of 2020, was Rise of the Vixens 1. And, you know, Insidious 1 was there, Roxy, Rachel Rose. So because of them, like, I started watching you guys, and that's how I got into it. And then, of course, you know, Rise of the Vixens 2 is coming up this month. So I was like, well, gotta go to that. So all in all, you know, thank you for putting these shows together, because the card's just amazing. For, you know, the first one was amazing, the second one's amazing too, so hats off to you.
And the whole Rolodex thing that Jacob said, I don't have a Rolodex. Okay, yeah, I have a roll of paper with everybody's name on it. No,
wow.
No, actually, it's, you know, if I don't know somebody, I know somebody that knows somebody. And so it's always, you know, asking a friend, and then, hey, this is how to get a hold of them. That's pretty much it, you know. And everyone, you know, that's pretty much the beauty of this business, is you become friends with everybody after a certain amount of time, and everyone's down to help you out. So that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, good old networking there. And it's not just business associates. That's a cool part too. Like, it's friends and almost family too. Like I was telling Jacob last week, like, you guys are like my family now. My little family from Houston. It's like, y'all took me in.
No, it's cool. You don't gotta lie. Nobody claims me. I'm the unclaimed.
No, I'll claim you, Scott.
Oh boy.
You'll be like my little brother. My little brother that owns RWR.
Oh boy. Hey, I'm gonna say, you know, I told Kathy that, you know, later on I'll reveal some of the names I have coming up for an event that Jacob announced last week. I can announce some of them, but there's one I can't announce. But Kathy knows who it is.
Yeah, I appreciate you told me that, and I will keep it a secret till you say so.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued.
So I know something y'all don't know. Yeah, I teased Remy and Rob about it. I was like, I know something you don't know. I can't tell you what it is. I don't want to get in trouble. Because Remy says I get in trouble. I get in trouble enough as it is with him, so yeah, I'll keep that hush hush. But since we're on the topic, and you said you'd reveal some names, so you have a show in August. It's called Too Hot to Handle, and Jacob revealed last week that it's going to be at Booker T's arena. So, and you said you had a couple of names to announce. So I'm gonna let you have the floor and go ahead and announce who you want to announce.
Okay, first one. If you were at the first Rise of the Vixens, well, then you already saw her in RWR. She's coming back. The one and only, the Cuban Diamond Diamante, will be back in RWR, and making her RWR debut will be the one and only Vipress. So those are two names that we have right now, and there is one more, and that last name is being kept secret. And if you want to know who it is, you got to be at Rise of the Vixens, because I got to say this name live. I can't say it online. I have to say it live. So if you want to know, you got to be there May 22nd. And that's the only way you're going to know.
Kathy, please make sure you get that moment on video. Please make sure. Vipress and Diamante? Wow. Man, I'm just, oh, man. Man, I wish I lived in Louisiana or Texas. Be closer, man. Go ahead, Kathy.
Diamante was throwing chanclas at people, so I had to like run away from her. So be prepared for chancla throwing again. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. That was the first event that they actually told me like move. And when you move, you have to move before they say move because they are coming at you. I was in the front row with like no barriers, and they're like, all my friends, Bryant was there and Jacob was there, and they're like, move, Cedric, all these people that I go to wrestling shows with, they're like, move out of the way. Like, we mean move now. Because the action comes live and it comes fast, like right in your face. And here comes Diamante with a chocolate. And I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, if you would have been in her way, she would have hit you with it.
Oh yeah. Had to move real quick.
Hey, the teaser that I can give on the other name is recently released from WWE.
There you go. There's a couple of people, so there you have a few guesses. But we're not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
So you also have, not to overshadow everything, but you also have a show in June that's got Ace Austin in it. So if you want to say any more information about that, there's your floor to go ahead too.
Man, June 18th, that's going to be a good one. That's flash forward. We're going to showcase some of the newer talent that Houston has, Texas has. We're going to be giving a lot of open for this newer talent, because this is what we're looking at towards the future. Dude, your Beagle is awesome.
Thank you.
So we want to give the talent of Texas a showcase. That's what we want to do. And even Louisiana talent, everyone's welcome to RWR. We're for the future. So that's what Flash Forward is about. It's about the future of the business, giving them a stage and letting them showcase what they got. But yeah,
Awesome.
Ace Austin versus Chris Carter. That's going to be a match that if you don't see it in person, I don't know what to tell you on that. That's going to be a hell of a match. Chris Carter he's one of the best guys around right now, in my opinion, and in a lot of guys' opinion. Chris Carter is one of the top guys around in Texas.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring up the show in June, because you do have amazing women cards, like with Rise of the Vixens and then Rise of the Vixens 2. But you also have, which there's intergender matches there, but you also have men, men versus men. Like it's all around. Like you do hardcore matches, you do women's matches, you do championship matches. Like you get a little bit of everything for all the fans. They get a little bit of everything and they leave happy.
Yeah. Touching up with Rise of the Vixens too. You see some of the great talent we got, and a lot of that wouldn't be possible without great fans, such as Kathy, who's coming in, such as so many other great fans that are coming in from out of state or from, a couple hours away in state. Our sponsors, thank them very much. There's so many sponsors that we have to thank, but so, I mean, it's really a big thing, when it came to Rise of the Vixens too, Thunder Rosa was a big topic for me to bring her back to RWR because she helped build that division for me. She was a big influence for it, and so was Ivy Robin, so was Hyan, Rashay Chanel, Jenna Lynn, and Shiva. They were the big builders of that, and then it was the second wave that came in to what we have now. The division has grown so big, that we have, returning from just part of the very first event, Claudia Solis, who actually was one of the main founders of it because she was the first woman we ever booked in RWR. So she was one of the main ones. And then you look at what came in the future of it, and that was Alejandro the Lion, Kiki Vibes, Killa K, man, some of the talents have come in with us, Roxy, Rachel Rose, and now you see the evolution of it. And it started at Rise of the Vixens 1, and it was, we now know who the main pillars of that division are, and Roxy, Rachel Rose, the Insidious one, Alejandro the Lion, and then you bring back Claudia. So now this division is held at one of the highest standards in my eyes. I don't lose focus on my other divisions, but my main division that I focus on is my Vixens division because those girls are, sad to say it, you still have to prove your worth as a female talent in the business, and that shouldn't be that way. But people still see that, oh, they're not as good as men. And I call bullshit on that 100% because I'll say it, some of the girls I have right now, all the girls I have right now, actually, I put them up against any male talent, and I guarantee the match would still blow everybody out of the damn water because they're that good and they're that driven. So, I guess you want to call that an open challenge to any other male that wants to come in here and work one of the female talents we have, call it that. But you can go to Ring of Honor and see Roxy. You can go to AEW and you see Rachel Rose. You got Maddie Rankowski there, Vert Vixen, Jasmine Allure. They're all, moving up. And what that just shows is that Texas right now is no longer the, well, you're not New York, you're not California, you're not this, you're not that. You know what? During a pandemic, guess what we just did? We just blew everybody out of the water and proved to you, hey, we found the formula. Now what? Texas is now on the rise. What are you going to do about it? Now we want them to step up their games. And, a lot of these states they're coming now, but during the pandemic, Texas had the wrestling game on lock, and we still got it on lock.
Actually, Scott, I just have to say, anybody that says Texas is not this, Texas is not that, they're very ignorant because, and I know everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but everybody who is I'm a 31-year fan. And anybody that has fandom of wrestling for 30 years and over knows that Texas never had. They never had. How do I put it? There was never a time they didn't have the wrestling world on lock. Look back at the '80s when you had the Barneras, you had Gentleman Chris Adams, you had Gino Hernandez, the Freebirds. So there was never a time that they were. There was never a time that they didn't have it on lock. Texas has always been, and I'm not saying this because you live in Texas. My whole mindset was, you guys always had a strong wrestling culture over there. So y'all didn't need to be New York. You didn't need to be California. You are good enough being Texas. Anybody that says otherwise obviously hasn't been watching. I've been watching since as long as I can remember. I know, especially 2013, when I started seeing reality wrestling on YouTube, I was like, you know what? this is where it's at.
You know,
So-
and you bring that up, and you look at a lot of these classic matches that we see now, like on the WWE Network, and now these biographies coming out. One thing a lot of these talents have in common is Sportatorium, Houston Wrestling, Austin, Texas. A lot of them were here. Ultimate Warrior was the Dingo Warrior at World Class in Dallas. Roddy Piper was there. Andre the Giant was there. It was here in Houston. You know, Harley Race. A lot of lucha talents that we know, Mil Máscaras, Santo, Blue Demon. A lot of them were brought up from Mexico into the Houston territory and to the Dallas territory. And also, people don't give it credit, but the reason why you have entrance music is because of World Class. The Freebirds would come out with a boombox, jamming out to music that they had recorded on a tape. And that put the idea of, oh, let's do entrance music. So, yeah, there's a history to this business. And a lot of that history is here in Texas. And people can argue it, but this is where we started. It wasn't started in New York, wasn't out of California. That was started at World Class in Dallas. And a lot of the way that you see broadcasting done and promoting and all that and putting out an event, that was Paul Bosch. So, yeah, Texas is one of the strongest states with history of the business and with, you know, being the first at trying to do something.
So you mentioned that, you know, RWR started 6 years ago, and I mentioned that I just saw it last year. But so what was those 6 years like? Those first 6 years, like you said, EC3 came through, then the Rosa came through, Abel from ROW came through. So like, what was it like? You know, not even if you could go back 6 years, but like, what were they? You know, for people that don't know the history about RWR, what was it like? Like, who came through there? What were the matches? Like, where were some of them? Just like the history of it.
People that have come into RWR that you see on TV now, Mia Yim, Keith Lee, Ray Rowe, Gino Medina, Sammy Guevara, Teddy Hart. We've had Ember Moon, Hai Yan, Ivory Robin, or Robin Reed, Christy James, Miranda Alizé. Man, let's see, who else have we had? Well, that's a pretty long list. Now I can't think of it all. But yeah, we've had a who's who that have come in, you know, and you know, just wanted to make it different, wanted to make it last, and I guess make it survive. And that's what we did. And those first 6 years were crazy. You know, it really was. But you know, we're here now, and here is the division we have, and the company, and you know, I couldn't be prouder of what has become. And you know, I know everyone says I'm the chairman of it, but I take it in a way of, okay, that's cool, but the true chairman is looking up on me from heaven right now. I'm just the seat warmer for it. That's it.
So I know Rob's gonna have a little bit more, like, you know, get to know you questions, but I have one. So you have on your profile that you like to watch the History Channel. So what shows do you watch on the History Channel?
Let me see. Anything on conspiracies, anything on cryptozoology, anything on the Egypt, Aztecs, like the men who built America. I love that stuff. The food that built America, different things like that. I love all that stuff. You know, I'm really big into different things like that. Also like Forge and Fire. My big person I love to watch all the time is Josh Gates on Discovery Channel with all his shows. So I'm real big into that stuff, you know. So I see Rob over there, like, yeah, bro, I see you, yeah.
Yeah, Josh Gates literally has my fantasy job. They pay him to go travel the jungles and all, and they'd be like, "Yo, if we find treasure, can we split it?" And they're like, "Sure." I'm like, "Yo, you get to live and be Indiana Jones and get paid for it and on TV." Oh man, I love that show. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too, man. I love it. You know, but so just a lot of different things on there. I'm a big history nut. I like to see different things. So yeah.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of those two. I also watched Swamp People just because this is it's in Louisiana, so gotta watch my people. It's like they're in my backyard.
I would have never guessed you watched. I would have never guessed you watched Swamp People being from Louisiana.
I
No,
know,
wouldn't
right?
have guessed that one at all. Yeah, no, I would have guessed that at all.
Who would have figured
Kathy's
that one
still
out?
smiling from ear to ear because when I hit her up and said, "Hey, I'm interested in coming on," I knew that was going to be a big kick because, like I said, I don't do a lot of these. I don't like to be in the public eye. I like my talent to be seen in the public eye, and like last week I saw Jacob on there. I was like, I'm going to play around with him, and then I was like, you know what? Let me go on. Let me hit up Kathy and let her know, hey, I'll come on if you'd like to have me on there. Because I do know you drive from far away, and it was the least I could do was tell you a thank you and all you guys a thank you for promoting the event and for Kathy driving 4.5 hours to come to an event. And that was just a big thank you I could give you guys.
Scott, it's okay. It's okay about not being in the public eye. When we first started, I told Kathy if she ever mentioned my name, there would be serious repercussions. Because at first I wasn't hosting the show. It was Kathy and another good friend of mine who actually runs a promotion in Florida, George Alonso. Shout out to my boy George. And I was like, if y'all mention my name, stand by to stand by. It's not gonna be pretty after the show. You're not gonna like my attitude. And yeah, I got more comfortable. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all right now, this second Rise of the Vixens was this close to not happening. It was this close for RWR to shut the doors in 2020. We had shut the doors actually. We shut it down. It was done. I had started working with local wrestling, so did Jacob, and we were just, we're slowly but surely gonna let RWR become loco. And man, it was, the fans that wanted us to come back. It was Thunder Rosa who brought it up and Brian who brought it up again to do it, to do something our way. And it was the big one was Tiny's mom. Mama, we call her Mama Nova. She wanted her promotion back, as she put it. She wanted her son's promotion back. And so I can remember sitting there and talking to Jeff and being like, so do you really want to do this shit one more time? Do you really want to do this headache? And this is a big shout out right here to my boy Rob with Gorilla Press. When I first talked about coming back, I was doing something with my buddy Joshua, who runs Puro Pinche Wrestling, and I did his in the pit. That's a family member right there for me. So I did it for him, and Gorilla Press made a comment, and next thing you know, we became friends. And man, that dude has had my back. If I have any time I'm like down, he's right there. Same thing with all the talent, all the girls on the roster. If they know I'm upset, they're right there. Hey, what's wrong? You okay? They look out for us. And I'm gonna kill his gimmick right now, and he's gonna hate me for it. But Joe Alonzo, Joe has been one of the coolest guys around, and man, that dude right there has been. I've had some rough days, where I just wanted to cancel the whole damn event, didn't want to do it, and Joe's like, "Bro, don't do it. You got too much going. You're one of the true good-hearted people. Don't do it." And it's like, I'm tired of this. I just want to give up, and it doesn't let me, and a lot of the, the girls are right there backing me up, making sure I'm good. And Roberto from Gorilla Press, man, that dude, I mean, that's how we got Masha Slamovich, how we got Layla Gray, and I mean, today he called me up today and was like, "Hey, bro, you need any help with anything, bro? Let me know. I got you. And I'm like, "Nah, dude, we got it. And he was actually the very first sponsor for Rise of the Vixens too. I mean, right away, he's like, "Bro, I want to sponsor Thunder Rosa." Okay. And that's how Medusa, and he's produced some incredible things, and I mean, he produced Medusa at Mission Pro. So I mean, yeah, I mean, y'all gonna check out Gorilla Press, man. Those guys are 100% legit. All of our other sponsors, that we have, check everybody out, and because Rise of the Vixens one, I'll be honest, it was for the girls, so we could show what we really had in Texas. But it was more so for me to prove that I could do it. It was for me in a kind of a selfish way, because I wanted to show that I could produce a women's event better than anybody. And I think I proved it. I think we found a formula. And like, again, I thank Jaime Martinez for that, and I thank Jimmy Nova, and hell, I thank Jacob King more than anything, because Jacob was there too. And yeah, it was an amazing feeling. And this second one, it's even bigger, and it was supposed to be smaller, and it got bigger. Like I say, accidents.
Yeah, Rise of the Vixens is the first one was pretty awesome, and I saw there was a second one, I was like, oh, I have to go, because I haven't gone to a show in over a year because of the whole COVID thing. I wanted to go to Thunder Rosa's Mission Pro Wrestling, but I didn't go because it was still September, still fairly new, like COVID was still running rampant. So I was like, well, she's still gonna twist me up my arm because I didn't go, because I wanted to see Elena Black, which is now Cora Jade in WWE, but I missed my chance there. But you never see, stuff like that happens where they get signed. It was just a matter of time. But yeah, when I heard about Rise of the Vixens too, I was like, I have to come back. With all the AEW talent, and then like Rachel Rose and Roxy and all that talent too, it was just like, I think it's time to come back. I'm still wear a mask and everything, COVID's still out there, but yeah, I was like, it's been too long. I have to come back to the show. There you go.
Yeah, this RWR right now, we had to change it up a little bit. We had to get our identity, who we are, and that's why now you see Bryant. He's the photographer for us. He's right there at ringside, and he's been coming to our shows since we had Rachel Rose coming in. He's been there. So, Brian became a friend, and it was like, hey, he started taking these incredible pictures, and I'm like, man, you know what? I need you to take pictures at Loco for me. I want you to do it. And he did it. And then RWR came back, and he knew right away. That's why we announced it. Head photographer is Bryant, and Bryant is our main ringside photographer. He's our action guy, and his work speaks for itself. So any promotion that wants damn good pictures, man, hit him up. Hit him up. He's out there. He's one of our sponsors too, and get out there. And also, man, I gotta thank Title Match. I don't know what I'm doing. If it wasn't for Telly, man, that Rise of the Vixens one would have sucked. I mean, he helped sponsor that entire event. And he sponsored a lot of this one too. He believes in what I do with women's wrestling. He believes in it, and he's been a big help. And also, like Thunder Rosa and Brian, they've been a big help. Jeremiah, tons of help from them. Hurricane Pro, those guys right there, man. Anytime I do a show, the next day I know I'm getting a phone call early in the morning. It's gonna be Curtis calling me. How'd it go, man? What happened? Talk to me. Let's discuss. What could we have done differently? What could you have fixed? Bob Murphy, same way. Booker and Kevin are the same way too. I'll get a message from Kevin, and I'll get one from Booker as well. Hey, we saw the event. We're gonna look at this. You did good. We're real happy, real proud of you. And and then now the new promotion that's out there is PWF. Like I said, Jerry Heacock, and man, this dude, he's become a friend, and I'm helping him with PWF with his women's division. I've put my little bit of a flair into it, my touch, to give him a good helping hand. So that's the big one. Like I said earlier, Gorilla Press, Roberto hits me up too when he knows we're doing something, checks up on me. So it's a great combination of people. With Joshua Teague down there in Kingsville with PPW, he checks on me too, like I check on him. We've all become a family, and we all look out for one another, make sure that we're all good, and give a helping hand when needed. And it shows a great unity between all people. And if it wasn't for Booker, August would be difficult to pull off because the arena that we wanted to use, which was Premier, was booked. And I let Kevin Bearhart know, and first thing he did goes, you know what, let me see what I can do. Give me a little bit. And I think a week later he goes, hey, Book said, come on, get your ass in here. You're gonna run here. And there we are. RWR is gonna be at the World Gym August 27th. So it was a beautiful thing. It really is. It makes me love this business because I see how close people are becoming, and I really love it. And then I owe them all belts too, so they all get belts.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I said too, like that's how I got started into like the Texas scene through Booker T's arena, and then just meeting Kevin and meeting all of you guys, and even became friends with Bryant and became friends with Jenny. Jenny's now a camera woman, and then like friends with Jacob. And like I said with Jacob last week, if I'd be in Texas, I'd be part of that like fan turned into some wrestling job thing too. I'd be like a commentator or like a camera person with Jenny. It's like I'd definitely be there if I lived in Texas. I'd be right there with you guys, like the whole wrestling family in Houston. I'd be doing something behind the scenes.
I love seeing Remy's face because I see how jealous he is right now. He's like, man, they're getting all this cool stuff going on right now, man. Why aren't I there?
No. Actually, I was gonna say if you want to have Kathy, I'm gonna do a shameless plug or a shameless testifying, whatever it is. Kathy is actually a valuable member to any team. So I mean, if you guys want Kathy as a camera woman, by all means, I'd say give her a shot. Rob Bass down there, he's over there in Delaware. He just got hired. He just got, appointed as a security guard. So I've told Kathy and Rob, if you evolve from ringside society, go ahead. If somebody gives you if you have a chance, take it. Don't just stand idly by. If you want something, go out there and get it. I can't do much because, of my actual job, which is, as a U.S. Navy sailor. So I'm limited. But I tell them,
thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir. I tell them, go out there. If you have to, if Tony Khan or even Scott D'Amore or the good folks at Ring of Honor come to your town and want to hire you, go. This is for y'all to evolve as well too, not just for us to interview people and so on. If y'all could evolve from this, go ahead. So if you guys want somebody that could edit stuff, or because she does edit her videos on YouTube, or somebody that does like camera work or even commentary, you got Kathy right there. She's very reliable.
Yeah. I just need her to move to Texas to do that.
Yeah, I'd have to move to Texas, but I still have big old roots in Louisiana, so I guess I'm stuck here. But I do enjoy driving the 4 hours, make the little trip, and it's actually I do. It's in my little mini vacations. I drive the 4 hours there and the 4 hours back on the same day. Yeah. Will all day was like, I'm a wrestler. I don't do that. Like, I go to a hotel, I take a break. I was like, no, like, I drive the 4 hours, I go to the show, and then I drive back the 4 hours to my house. I don't stop either. I might stop, like, for a bite or to, like, use the bathroom or something. But, yeah, like, I drive all the way back home in one day.
Yeah, no, I can't do that anymore.
So my last question before I turn over to Rob, you mentioned sponsorships, and I've been seeing like, usually it's a company or something that would give sponsorships, but it's been open lately to the fans. So when did that start, and when did you decide to like give it to the fans that they could do sponsorships as well as just organizations doing it too.
Thank you, Kiefer Bartik and you, Texas, for giving me that idea. And thank you, Ryan Romano, and everyone that has sponsored talents that are fans. I love y'all very much, man. You all have y'all made this event possible. This event is honestly done by the fans and the sponsors. This is their event, this is their event. RWR is their company. They're the ones out there getting talent covered, they're sponsoring. RWR is a company for the people now. The people are the ones that have it. They're the ones that are putting everything out. And this event proved it. This event proved it 100%. Our fans, our sponsors, they're the greatest in the world. And this is their event. Rise of the Vixens 2 is not for me, not for the talent. This one is dedicated to the fans and to the sponsors. This is their event. And that's this whole year. This whole year is from RWR to the fans. It's because of you we're still here. It's because of the love you show us and the way you all wanted us back. This is y'all's company this year. We're doing this for all of you, showing you our love. And that's what it is.
Awesome. Well, before I turn it over to Rob, just want to say thank you for coming on the show. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for all the announcements that you gave us. And I just want to say that we at Ringside Society actually have an announcement for you that we're going to say on the show right now. We're talking about sponsorships. Shauna Reed was our first guest of 2021 on Ringside Society. And I already told Jacob this. He said to keep it hush. Well, I told him to keep it hush hush until your interview. So Rob, Remy, and I, Ringside Society, have sponsored Shauna Reed for Rise of the Vixens 2.
Thank y'all very much. I truly appreciate that more than you know. It's like I said, this year, this event, they're for the fans. They're for you guys that are sponsoring, for you guys that love the promotion. This is for all of you. This isn't for us. This isn't for the workers. This year is for the fans. That's why we're still here. That's why we came back. And trust me, 2021, we're gonna show off this year. We got a lot going on, man. So, thank y'all very much. I truly appreciate that sponsorship more than y'all know. I truly appreciate it very much so.
No problem.
So that's why y'all's logo was now on the poster for the sponsors. Now I know.
Yep.
I wondered why it was there.
And I would like to actually formally extend, because I've always said that, Ringside Society, we're more than just a podcast. We're also, I like to think of us as some sort of movement, some sort of informative group. And we like to let people know all over the country, if not all over the world, what's in their area. So with that being said, since you've actually made your appearance on our show, we'd like to formally extend our promoting services to your promotion. So if you guys ever have any upcoming shows from here on out, any posters, feel free to just hit up me, hit up myself, hit up Kathy, hit up Rob, and just, shoot us the poster and we'll promote it, let people know, because we like to let people know, well, hey, Saturday night, Friday night, RWR, Mission Pro, GCW down in Tampa, or I think it's Sanford they're out of, have a show in your area. Check it out. That's something, if you're a wrestling fan, you definitely want to support these people. So I'd like to actually formally extend that to y'all as well, too. No strings attached. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate that more than you know. Thank you.
Yeah, so, I'm making the trip, the 4-hour trip, and then, having you and Jacob on the show, and Rise of the Vixens 2 is going to be a banger of a show. So I was like, we have to sponsor people, and, most of them were taken, so I got with Jacob, and he's like, he mentioned Shauna, and I was like, well, that's perfect, because she was our very first guest in 2021. When we were still doing Blog Talk Radio, which we still do it a little here and there, but we moved to video. So we were like, that's perfect. So I got with Jacob and I was like, don't tell Scott yet. We're going to reveal it. So yeah, Ringside Society as a group, we have sponsored Shauna. So there's one more for you right there.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. That's amazing. That makes me very happy. Thank you all very much.
Yeah, to keep putting those banger cards on, and you hate the word thank you, but I'm gonna say, instead of thank you, I greatly appreciate what you've done for women's wrestling, and I look forward to more shows, not just the women, but everybody together, like more R&R shows. So you're doing a great job, and I won't say thank you. I'll just say I'll greatly appreciate it.
Thank
And
you. Thank
I'll
you.
turn it over to Rob. Your turn, Rob.
All right, sweet. Thank you, Kathy. So, what's going on, Scott, man? How's everything going in your neck of the woods, man? How's everything in Texas?
It's going, man. It's going. We're opening back up, so it's going. I'm waiting for the Beagle to come back.
Oh man, she done made a beagle nest and then tried to get out, and I had to let her out and stuff, man. She gone. I don't know where she went. She's probably chewing on something, man. She's getting into it's quiet. She's like a little child, so I think she's getting into something bad. So I'm gonna probably
boy.
yeah, I'm probably gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna find paper towels strewn across living room and everywhere. And she's like, I don't know what happened. It just blew up. You know what I mean? Like, yo.
Yeah, I got pugs, man. I know how that is. They get curious. It's like, what happened?
That's right. Yeah, I got 3 beagles, man. See, she's the only one who likes to get on the camera. The other 2 are like chill. They'll sleep and hang out. Now Lucy, she's a total diva. She's a total diva. She's like, nah, I gotta get on camera. Yeah, what's up? Hey, how's everyone doing? Like, oh, all right. We already pay you too much, Lucy. Now get on out. So I gotta ask, man. So, man, yeah, your show's coming up on the the 22nd stuff, man. Rachel Rose is wrestling. I gotta ask, man. She super kicked our last guest, Jacob, man. Did she ever kick you or anything, or try to do that to you, man? No. She hadn't done that to you yet.
I think she actually is cool with me. I think we're actually friends.
Okay,
so
cool.
she ain't kicked me yet. Hopefully she doesn't, but because I saw what she did to Jacob, and yeah, I'm kind of hoping I don't have to receive one ever. So, but you never know. She might get mad one day, and I might get kicked. So
that's right. Yeah, man. You never know, man. She could go rogue. You know what I mean? It might go rogue, man. You gotta watch out, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I do gotta ask, man. You said you were gonna do a show in New Jersey. Do you have any dates planned out for that yet, or?
I don't remember the date. Gorilla Press would have it.
Okay.
I talked to him today. And that's the idea, man. He threw it at me, an idea to head up there, and the way it came up, he wanted to do a show, and I told him, hey, man, I got your back. You've had my back this whole time. All I'm going to charge you is you got to buy me a dog and a slice, and a Pepsi. And if it ain't that, then you better give me a nice hug, something.
That's right.
I'm going to go up there and help him out, and I'm going to try to get some of the girls from here and get them up there, and help him out any way I can, because he's been such a big help to me, man. It's the least I can do, for what he's done for me, and man, like I said, he has been he's turned into like a brother, man, because he's so cool and so close to me, So yeah, I love that dude, man. I love Rob. I love Gorilla Press, man. Those guys are, yeah, they're 100%, man. If y'all check them out, man, and give them a like on social media, dude, they're great.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. Look, whenever y'all do that, man, I'll definitely go to that show or something. Or if y'all need help or something, man, whatever, man, let me know. I'll drive out there. I'll help set the ring up, do whatever, man. You know what I mean? I'm right in Delaware, man. Jersey's only like farthest place in Jersey, probably like I don't know, 2.5 hours. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm good to go.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Jersey.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to take me to Philly so I can go to the Rocky statue, man.
Yeah,
my favorite movies. So I got to go down there and at least see the statue.
Oh yeah. I've done that all the time, man. I you don't know how many times I've been up to Philly, ran up those steps, and do it all the time.
Yeah, now I'm jealous.
Oh man. Now I do like going to those museums up there, like Franklin Institute, man, because I remember, they had like the James Bond car and all that stuff up there, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they had this one thing up there. It's a giant heart you can walk through. Take a tour. It's like inside of a heart, man. You hear it beating and all that. You got to look at all this stuff, man. Oh, it's cool, man. If you ever check it out, Franklin Institute or whatever, yeah, go check that thing out, man. That thing's awesome.
Cool. I got to check that out.
That's right. Now, when you do go to Jersey and stuff, man, your buddy, from up there, hanging out, man, if he decides to come visit you or whatever, man, look, I am extremely afraid of ghosts. You know what I mean? They're cool and whatever, you know, as long as they're away from me. But if I see like one appear, I'll literally soil myself. You know what I mean? Even if it's Casper or whatever. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So if he does something, don't you just be like, man, you know, don't appear in front of him, man. If you do, you know, make sure he's by himself or something. You know what I mean? On his way home or something, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. So have you been catching any of those you know, the biographies on A&E about the wrestlers and you know, Dark Side of the Ring and stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, what did you think of the Brian Pillman one? What was it? Dark Side of the Ring, was it last week?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff on there, man, was already had been put out. You know, people had known about it. But then there's a lot of things about, you know, like Brian Pillman Jr., man, that you know, we weren't aware of, and you know, and his other kids, and it was crazy, man. You see, you know, growing up, I watched Brian Pillman, and I remember a lot of that stuff he did. I remember him saying he was his own booker, man. I remember him showing up in ECW. I remember all that, and you know, you go back, and Dark Side of the Ring is so good to make it shows those clips that make you relive those times, and you go, man, that was an awesome time in wrestling. And you know, now it's, you know, you kind of look at it and you kind of want another Brian Pillman, but you kind of hope that the next one that we do get that's like him doesn't have those demons, you know, because Brian Pillman, man, he was awesome. He was awesome in so many ways.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember, my aunt, she used to watch my brother, sister, and I on the weekends when, like my dad and my mom, they would, I guess, have date night or whatever, you know, on Saturday. She'd watch us on Saturday nights, you know, and we would stay up and watch Nickelodeon, you know, Are You Afraid of the Dark, you know, all that stuff. But they would drop us off around, you know, 6-ish. And I remember going over there, and my aunt, she's watching WCW Saturday night. And I'm like, yo, hold on, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to watch this with you, man. She said her favorite wrestler, Brian Pillman, Flying Brian. That's my favorite, you know what I mean? Yeah. Flying Brian, come on. Woo! It's like, that's right. I was like, that's right, Aunt Patty. Yep, that's right. So I always, man, Flying Brian, every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, that was my Aunt Patty's favorite wrestler. I always remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So have you got to see any of the A&E stuff, man? I haven't really, I've caught, which one did I catch? I think it was some of the Macho Man one the other day.
Yeah, I've caught them. I'm actually recording Bookers tonight. You know, I'm recording one of my friends. I'm recording the one on my friend. Of course, I'm recording that one. You know, so yeah, I've known Booker for over 20 years. I mean, my dad used to be a chiropractor for the WWE, and he used to go into the back and adjust those guys. So I came around a lot of those guys. You know, when I was younger, I can remember going up to Billy Gunn, telling him to suck it, and then running like I was about to be, like I was getting shot at.
Oh, that's
Billy
awesome.
grabs me by my ankles and goes up to my dad and goes, "Hey, do you want him back, or do you want me to throw him away? What do you want?" And so I'm just, you know, coming up as a little kid, being around it, you know, and being in the back and doing all that. It was a lot of fun, man. But you know, the constant friend from all of them has always been Booker. You know, I met Booker, I think I was about 9 or 10, and I'm 36 now. So I mean, that's how long I've known Booker, and it was always something close to my dad. I remember when he had the WCW title. I remember getting able to hold it and have it hold in my hands. And when he went to TNA and had that title, and you know, titles he got WWE, you know, it was always that closeness, you know. And Booker's he's a true friend, man. I love Booker to pieces. You know, he's always had me right there. If I've needed him, he's been right there, you know. So I'm very fortunate to have that friendship with him, you know.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah. I always loved King Booker. Yeah, that was my boy. I love Booker T, man. He's at Harlem Heat all the way, to now, you know what I mean, doing his thing, man. Yeah, Booker's the man. I got to see him live one time. They came to University of Delaware. He fought Kurt Angle at a little house show or whatever, man. And yeah, they tore him down, man. They went and got it. I was like, all right, that's right, Booker, that's right. Oh man. So your dad, man, he was a chiropractor, man. Did he ever, like hit you up with the chiropractic stuff, man? Like, yo, Pop, man, I need to crack my back. You ever do that to you, man?
Woo, yeah, when I was growing up, always.
Yeah, did you think he was going to like break you and stuff, man? Because that's happened to me. You know, I had seen a chiropractor one time, and I was like, they're like, yeah, do this, and it's like, oh my Lord, and it's like, oh wow, I felt great. Okay.
No, man, I always liked it. I always liked getting adjusted. My dad would he'd always adjust me, pop me back into shape, pop my spine and get it straight again, my neck, so he always did that, my dad was my hero, my dad was everything to me. I, my dad was actually going to chiropractic school, and he would go up to a world class, and he would take care of the guys before he'd even like graduated. And so he'd go up there and do massage on them and adjust them, and then he'd go and then do it for Paul Bosch. I was still going to school for it, But yeah, then my dad just, a friend of his that had known Booker got him in close contact with Booker, and my dad actually was starting with them. And I first met Booker, and I think 94 when WCW was around. My dad was with him around then, 94, 95. And then my dad wound up going over to the WWE and working with them. Is just when they're in Houston, they'd come into his office, or he would go to that time the Compact Center, or however you want to call it then, the Summit, and would go over there and he would adjust them and make sure they were good.
That's what's up. Yeah, did you ever get to see the Big Show back there, man, while you were a kid?
Yeah, I got to see everybody, which is pretty cool, so it was a lot of fun. I couldn't be back there the whole time with him when he would go, because he would be sitting with me in the crowd, or me and my cousins, and they'd be like, hey, can Larry get back here and pop me? My dad would go right around, adjust, come back out, and I could go back there with him maybe once or twice, but I wasn't like, always run back there, so it was pretty cool. If you thought I got to actually go with him back there, and so could see everybody and all that. It was a cool feeling, man. But when they'd come to his office, that was different. I would be right there with him. So it was pretty cool, man. It was really cool growing up like that,
Yeah. I was going to ask, man, because I remember seeing the Big Show like in person before. I'm like to this day, I swear that's probably the biggest human being I've ever seen. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine, being younger. I was like, I was pretty. I guess I was a grown man. about 21 or so ish. So I couldn't imagine me like much younger. Just like, oh my God, man, that
Yeah, he's huge. But then also, I saw a lot of basketball players from my dad too. Like one of his best friends is Greg Cadillac Anderson, who was in the NBA, and some of the Rockets too. He would take care of, So it was always different people that we could be around, and MMA fighters as well. My dad was open to a lot of sports guys, and my cousin being a gold medalist in the Olympics for wrestling, and Rulon Gardner.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool too. My cousin, I got to see him fight at Pride. I went with him. So it was pretty cool. I enjoyed all that, so I've been very blessed in my life and very fortunate with things. And, I've had my ups and downs, I never wanted kids, and I got one, and she's a headache. That's my biggest up in my life, is having her. But I've had good times in my life. I've had bad times in my life, man. And the memories of my dad keep me going. The memories of Tiny keep me going. The memories of my friend Brindy's keep me going. And a lot of these friends that I've lost over the years, and family that I've lost over the years, that's what keeps me motivated in life, because I want to do it. I want to prove that I can do it. And that's what I'm very fortunate for, Yeah,
that's what's up. Yeah, man. Yeah, keep doing it for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, because, they're down there, like, if you quit on them, they probably be mad at you. But, hey, what do you think you're doing? You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, come on, let's do this.
Yeah, my grandma will show up with a bat and beat me.
That's right.
I'll just see a floating bat and get beat with it.
That's right. You'd be like, yeah, we got poltergeist. Be like, nah, the poltergeist is only here for 5 minutes. And the poltergeist is going to leave.
Yeah, she just come to beat my ass. That's it. Let me just
Pretty
go.
much.
All right. Beat on me. Right. Call it a day.
That's right. Oh, man. Yeah.
That's it.
That's right. Now, I do got to ask, man, I seen you're a fan of Star Wars and Marvel movies, man. I got to ask, man, how you feeling about everything coming up, man? Everything that's coming up, man. Everything looking bright.
Marvel-wise, Yeah, man, I'm excited. DC, I'm excited for what DC might have coming up too, man. I really hope the Snyderverse comes back. I
Oh
don't like what they
yes.
did. I want the Snyderverse. That's what I
Yeah.
want. Marvel, man, Marvel's pull off some good stuff, man. But you know, I'm gonna be honest, man. Marvel kind of let me down with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I wasn't big on it or WandaVision, but Star Wars, man. Mandalorian, bro.
Yeah.
Mandalorian got me. I
That's
love
right.
Mando. That's my show right there, man. I'm hooked to Mandalorian, man. I wasn't gonna watch it. I was literally at work one night. I'm sitting on a forklift,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I'm gonna put the Mandalorian on. I guess I'll watch something. And next thing you know, they're like, hey, we gotta go. Shh, leave me alone. I'm still
That's
watching.
right.
Are you gonna stay here all? I might. I don't gotta sleep. I'm good.
That's right.
And I'm just hooked to like, oh yeah, it's great, you know. And I'll be at work on the radio. Yeah, okay, yeah, we need to do that. Okay, yeah, cool. This is the wave. 10-4.
That's right.
They're like, oh,
This
he
is the
just saw
way.
Mandalorian shit.
Oh, that's right. So where they going? Do you think they're going to split up in two shows? Is Baby Yoda and the Mando going to come back together, man?
You know, you all can ask Jacob as my witness. I called that they were going to pull off Luke. I
Yeah.
called that in the beginning of season 2. I
Nice.
called it.
Nice.
And he was like, no, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. No, because they're not going to kill Baby Yoda. They're not going to kill Grogu like that. And I'm like, watch, Luke's going to show up, or it's going to be something, the one from the game. That's what's going to happen. And when it happened, I was like, what did I say in the beginning? Yeah, you called it. You said Luke. I'm like, yes, I did.
That's right.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of hope that they bring Grogu back. You know, I really do, because I think it's the cutest thing ever, honestly.
Mhm.
So I'm really hoping that they bring that character back, which I'm pretty sure they will. But I'm just here waiting for December, man. I just want Christmas to get here sooner. I don't want. I care about Christmas at all. I don't even want gifts. I just want Mandalorian season 3.
That's right. Aren't they? Is it this summer or fall or something? The Obi-Wan is coming. A series is coming out with what's his name?
I think Ewan McGregor.
Yeah,
man.
Ewan
I
McGregor.
think it's this fall, man, and I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I saw that commercial for that Star Wars hotel and I saw the lightsaber come out, and they're gonna have that, I was like, yep, I'm buying me one of those. I don't care what it costs.
That's right.
I'm gonna go get me one. And everyone's like, dude, it's like a toy. Shut up. Don't judge me.
That's right. Yo, man. Hey, look. I'm I'm putting aside money every month, man. You know, because next about August, September or so, man, I'm going to Florida and I'm hitting that Star Wars and Marvel stuff, over there at Disney and all, man. And yeah, I'm not going to be over there like, man, I'm going to grab some stuff, man. I'm going to make sure I have a couple extra dollars. Hey, yeah, let me grab this. I got a lightsaber. Yeah, I got Black Panther mask. Yeah.
My daughter is 14 and refuses to go with me.
Oh man.
I took her to Disney a couple of times, and now I'm like, baby, let's go to Disney World. No. I'm like, come on, let's go. No. Why? Because I know you. What do you mean?
Oh man.
Remember going to Comic-Con, what you did to me? I just as the Green Arrow. Yeah. Yeah, remember? Then you started saying you failed this Comic-Con to people. No, I didn't. She goes, yeah, you did, to everybody. Okay, well, let's talk about Star Wars. You're going to be a Jedi. I already know you. We're not going to Star Wars land, Dad. No, I'm not going with you. I'm like, you're going if you like it or not. I'm your father. And she's like, I'm 14. I make my own decisions. All right, pay your own phone bill then. Dad, I'd love to go to Star Wars land with you.
That's right. Yeah, you do that Jedi mind trick, but like, yeah, this is the place you really wanted to go to, weren't you?
Oh yeah, the Jedi mind trick works when I threaten to cut that iPhone off.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and take away the Xbox, the PS5. That mind trick works great. It's like, we're gonna go or not? No.
That's
that
right.
Xbox is going away. That cell phone may not work tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah.
Dad, I'd love to go with you to Star Wars to Galaxy's Edge. Dad, I'd love it. Can I dress up with you? It all changes like that real quick.
That's right. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's great. So I do gotta ask, man. Before I pass it on back to Remy, man, I gotta say, do you have any funny backstage or road stories you can share with us? I mean, you can change the name to protect the innocent if you need to.
I got 2 that I can think of. We had, I think it was maybe our 4th or 5th show. I'm terrified of snakes. And both these stories involve snakes.
Oh man!
One of the guys has his wife has a pet python and about 6.5 feet long, and he had it with him all night, and I didn't know. And at one point of the night, I'm walking up to him, and I didn't notice a damn thing around his neck. And next thing I know, the thing just popped. I feel it brush up against me, and I sounded like Joey Styles screaming, "Oh my God," and running away and running down the parking lot and across the street of the building. I was
Oh
terrified.
man.
It was one of the worst things ever. And then the second one, I had gone with Noah, Abel, Andrew Jackson, and we'd gone to an event, and Jake Roberts was there, and Noah has a pet snake. He has a boa constrictor, and uh, Jake didn't have the bag with him, so I was fine. He's like, "Hey, we're gonna, you're gonna go out there, and you're gonna be this, be like act like the obnoxious whatever, and I'm gonna clock you with a DDT. Fine, let's do it. I'm down." I take it. I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm just gonna, get ready. Leans down. He goes, "Don't move." I'm like, okay, he's gonna play to the crowd. So I keep my eyes are down, and next thing I know, I feel the weight on me. I look up, and I'm looking dead in the eyes of Noah's boa, and going, "You motherfucker!" Terrified. And when I finally got out of that ring, there was a wet spot, and I'm not gonna lie, I pissed myself. I was terrified.
I believe it.
Other funny stuff, man. There's been a lot of funny things that have happened in the back, man. We've, I try to keep locker rooms very, very calm, very, very laughable. It's like Rachel Rose. For about a week and a half, every time she'd say "Rise of the Vixens," they'd say "Rose of the Vixens." It's like, I meant Rise. No, you didn't. You meant Rose. This is surrounded about you.
That's right.
Rachel is one of my good friends, man. Roxy as well. A lot of them. There have been a lot of things that we laugh about and have fun with. And all the girls that have come up there, man. I care for each and every one of them very much. I'll defend them to the very end. When I saw Rachel on AEW in the crowd, I cried my eyes out when I found out. And when Roxy told me about Ring of Honor, I cried my eyes out with her, actually. And it was just being proud, seeing these girls that are so good that we knew were going to get picked up. We knew were going to get looked at. And then seeing it happen, it was the moment of just tears rolling down my face. And same thing with Gino. I knew Gino when he was really young, Gino Medina. And then when I first saw the MLW thing, I was in a refinery. I was actually up in a structure, pretty damn, about 13 floors up. And I was looking through the entire ship channel area here in Houston. And my cell phone had a great service. And I opened up the phone and my Facebook and MLW, and it was Gino Medina. I'm like, no way. And I look at it, and man, I was bawling up there. I was teary-eyed when I saw it. So, yeah, man, I was real happy with it. Real proud of all of them, man. And so yeah, those have been some of the best moments for me, and because it makes me proud to see them make it. I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them to see them make it, because they deserve it, man. They're so good. They deserve to be in those situations, and I love seeing it when they get there, because it's it puts all that hard work they put in, it pays off, because they've always been good to me. They've always shown me respect, and I'm always gonna respect them and look out for them,
That's right. Yeah. Everybody that you mentioned there is awesome. Nothing but big things are coming for them. You know what I mean? Yeah, Roxy, Rachel Rose, all them. Gino, yep, yeah. They're gonna go out there. They're gonna take all the belts. Be like Ultimo Dragon or Kenny Omega or something. You know what I mean? Just everywhere they got belts everywhere.
I made an awkward friend in well, actually, one of my really good friends too is Lowrider. Seeing him when he got to AAA, I got teary-eyed. I saw him on AEW, and that hit me. Super Oprah is one of my good friends. People say any crazy stories with that, anything involving Super Oprah is a crazy story. But right now, someone I've actually became friends with and gotten close to as a friend is Hollywood Haley J. That girl, when we talk, we text, she cracks me up, because she's so cool to talk to, she just cracks me up, and she's super professional, super about the business. But only got a year in the business, and you see it, and she's very open. She'll ask, she's very open about things that she wants to do and things like that. And she's become someone that one of the girls I hold close now with the little bit of that I've known her, because she's so good, and she's only got a year in the business, and she's gonna get better. Jasmine Allure. The question is still Jasmine and Maddie Rankowski. The question is not if, it's when.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to see that tag on there? It says All Elite or property of W Performance Center. It's just so many of them. And that's what I wait to see every day, because I know eventually I'm going to see it. I know I'm going to see that get signed. I know that they're going to go. I know it. And as a friend, I'm extremely happy for them. As a promoter that's had them on my events, I feel extremely blessed and fortunate that they've been able to appear in an RWR event. So that's an incredible feeling, right there.
That's right, man. Now look, man, yeah, that's awesome. Now I want to say, I know you don't say it like the word, like Kathy said, you don't like the word thank you, but I want to say, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, your busy schedule, coming on, chatting with us, man. It was awesome, man. We got to hear some awesome stories, talk about, Rise of the Vixens, all that stuff, man. Hey, I'm all for women's wrestling. My sister, she was, I had to go play with the boys all her life, man. So I'm all for the girls going out there tearing it up, I love it, So,
another thing that's funny, man, before I let you go, me and Amber Rodriguez have been friends for a long time. She's a really good friend of mine. And she'd always tell me about Nyla. When you first meet Nyla, you're going to love her. And that's how helped me get Nyla. And now that I've gotten to talk to Nyla and everything, and there's certain things they talk about, man, it's like, it's crazy. And I told Nyla recently, I'm like, so pretty much you got bond money for us, right? Because we're all going to go to jail that night. If anything we pull off, like you guys talk about, I know we're all going to wind up in jail, because the three of us are the same. We all three talk shit. We're all three short, and we just look for trouble, or it finds us.
That's right.
But yeah, it's just something fun, man. I love having fun with everybody. I'm a jokester. I like to laugh, and that's why I keep the locker room. Like I said, I try to keep it with a laughing mindset. I try to keep it with a fun mindset. And that's one of my big concepts of wrestling. If you're gonna come in, have fun. If you're not gonna have fun, then what the fuck do I need you there for?
That's
you
right.
got to come in and have fun.
That's right. That's right. Hey, you only got one life, man. You can't be all, you got to have a little fun, man. You got to do something, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right. So, I want to say, I appreciate, taking time out of your day, coming on, chatting with us, man. I wish nothing but the positive things for you, your family, RWR, the show coming up May 22nd, all that good stuff, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. Remy, it's all on you, man.
Scott, I just got to say thank you very much for actually being on our show. I wish I could make the May 22nd show, but Kathy will be there for both of us. I will live vicariously through her. Kathy, make sure you get some good video, man. I know you're a whiz with the camera and whatnot, so just make sure you get some good stuff out there as well to, represent for Ringside Society. One more thing before we shut down the show, Scott. I have a young man here by the name of Dean Hiram, one of our good friends. He recently graduated the Nightmare Factory. Shout out to Dean Hiram. I know you watch right now. You just commented. He actually wants to talk to you more about promoting. So if he hits you up on Instagram at this Dean Hiram Corner, that's what he's gonna ask you about, like probably like becoming a promoter and so on as well. He's a great guy. Like literally just graduated. Like I think a couple weeks ago from the Nightmare Factory in Georgia. They just had a student showcase. Student showcase was very great. So he's probably gonna hit you up real soon. Just give me a heads up.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So before we let you go, we just gotta ask you, where can fans find you on social media if they want to find out when the next RWR show is, when y'all making that trip to Jersey? Where can wrestlers find you if they want to, hit you up about possibly being on your shows in the future and so on?
You can find me on Facebook, Scott Bruce. You can find us on Facebook with Renegade Wrestling Revolution, and you can find me on Instagram. I think it's Scott91184. And I think Twitter's the same thing. I don't even know those two handles. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. All right. So I gotta say once again, thank you for giving us, shows in Texas all these years. I know it's. I'm not even a promoter, but I know it's not easy. Trust me, I as a booker,
I had a full head of hair when I first started.
Wow. But I know how it is. I know how it is as a promoter. Not saying okay. I can't say I know how it is, but I have a very, 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 very good idea of how it is as a promoter because I've never been a promoter myself, but I've been a booker for Ringside Society, and trust me, it's not all peaches and cream over here. I've had to make some changes and impromptu changes and so on, and yeah, I know how it is. But at the end of the day, we all have a pretty fun show and whatnot. That's my aim, and our main goal is like I said, we don't care if you say I tell people, I'm like, if you're a promoter, we want to hear from you. If you're a ref, even if you're a referee, we want to hear from you because everybody on that side of the spectrum of pro wrestling is there for a reason, and that's a very pivotal reason that they're there for. So that's why we don't really care if you never make it WWE or you never make AEW. The fact that you actually do this for us, that you actually put together shows for us to go to on a Friday or a Saturday night. The fact that you actually enter that ring and entertain us is enough for us here at Ringside Society to say, hey, we want to hear from you. Let me know what date you're available, and we'll make it happen, Captain. Best believe that. So with that being said, once again, thank you very much for actually being on our show. We look forward to seeing many more great shows from RWR as well. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and shut it down right now. You're welcome. We're going to go ahead and shut it down right now because my eyes are getting sleepy, and I think it's time for a bit of a nap. So with that being said, Rob Bass, where you at on social media if fans want to be on the show, if wrestlers and promoters want to be on the show? What's your social media links?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Rob_Base82, Facebook, Rob Base, Twitch, Xbox, YouTube, all that Rob Base.
I think I'm gonna start. We got to get a Twitch. I think we're gonna do that next. Kathy,
I have a
where you at on
TikTok
social
now.
media if fans want to be on the Kathy, where you at on social media if if fans want to be on the show, if wrestlers, promoters, anybody else on that side of the pro wrestling spectrum want to be on our show? Be careful, y'all watch it. She has a long list of links. Go ahead, Kathy.
So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, and Twitch, all at BLUE70517. I'm everywhere. Rob started to catch up to me too.
All right, and with that being said, if you want to talk to me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at TheRemyBlue. I don't have much to say or anything interesting to say, but who knows? Maybe you'll catch me on a good day. But our podcast is on Twitter at Ringside Society, and our podcast is also on Instagram at Ringside Society. We have a lot of cool things on those social media links, so definitely follow us. We also have a Facebook group. That's right, Facebook groups are cool again. Not that they never were, but check out our Facebook group. This episode you see right here is actually being streamed live via our Facebook group. So if you're part of that group, you can definitely see this on there as well. And we also have a YouTube channel. Follow us on YouTube. We have a lot of great, interviews, such as this one with Scott Bruce. We had Soraya Knight on. We've had Jasmine Allure, and so many other people. So definitely follow our YouTube channel as well. And check out our Teespring store. That's right. We have a Teespring store with lots of cool merch. We have Valentine's merch. We have our original design. We have St. Patrick's. We have our American flag one. Well, sort of American flag one. But definitely support us. All our proceeds we get from those sales go towards keeping this show afloat. So with that being said, we just want to thank all y'all that tuned in tonight live. Shout out to Ryan Romano, Gorilla Press, and Dean Hiram and Johans Joseph. Thank y'all for watching. To those y'all that are going to watch later on via our YouTube channel, our Facebook group, thank you in advance. And to those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we would go away, well, I am sorry. But like myself in a Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. Come to think about it, matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Kathy Knight, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for our great guest, Scott Bruce, the owner of Renegade Wrestling Revolution.
Woo!
It's on May 22nd. If you are in Texas, check it out. Support indie wrestling. We'll have Rob Bass eat your lunch. What type of podcast are we?
All right. 3, 2, 1.
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast. And with that being said, we will see y'all next Wednesday, or next Thursday, actually, with another special guest who graduated from the Nightmare Factory, Mr. Lewis Lessons. He will be on our show. But until then, during this pandemic, y'all stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.
Bye. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.